Melvin farmer, peace in the streets. We're sitting up here in Oakland at a conference where all of us are participating from all over the cities and states up and down in Los Angeles. And we're here to address the injustice of the criminal justice system as it is and as a whole. Right here we have Bobby Mason, and we're going to show you what happens in the justice system and how our lives are being taken and ruined, and families are losing their loved ones for non-violent, non-serious offenses up under this 3 strikes you in law. My man here, this young man here, got 18 years. You just heard his story. This is 2015. In 1994, I was one of the first to ever get arrested up under the California 3 strikes law. I only was arrested for $2 worth of drugs, and I received a 34-year life sentence with a 10-year consecutive sentence for $2 worth of drugs. In 1997, my conviction was overturned, which gave me the distinction of being the first 3-striker to ever be out. And from that, I've been on a mission because I knew man tried to take my life, but God gave me a new life. And I've been on a mission for the injustices that have been going down because of this criminal justice system, where laws are made to help perpetuate this new industry called prison. I wrote a book 20 years ago, The New Slave Ship. 3 strikes you're in, not out. Because all of us was in. Why they playing, homie? Why they playing? Don't play with me. You're dealing with people's lives. My homeboy, my family, my people, my color, my skin. We don't want this law. You ruining our community. You're taking away from my race, my heritage. And you talking about, I didn't even, if I would have been a white guy, I would have got $2. I could have went to a drug addiction. How you know I ain't an addict? I wasn't threatening society.
Yeah, and I'm Bob Mason. I just got through doing 33 years to life under murder and attempted murder. Most of all, I learned of the pain over the years that I inflicted on others. I've also inflicted on my own family. And I learned that is still consistent. The pattern is still going on. It's just pain people, hurt people, and hurting people. The same structure that's going on with the murders in Los Angeles. It's the same murders that's going on in Oakland, Detroit, New Jersey. It's constant. The cycle is going to continue. It's not going to stop unless you take some kind of initiative to make some form of, you have to stop. You have to come to a point where you have to hope. Hey, enough is enough, man. When is it going to end? It's not going to end until we find some men to stand up and say, hey, we done had enough, man. You know, it don't matter to no one until they lost their own child behind this murder and this violence that's taking place. Then you want to reach out and try to help others when it's too late. You wish in a million years to God that you had done something about all the strife and the violence and the things that's going on in our communities, but then it's too late. You can't help, you know. So the time comes when you have to reach out now while you can, before it affects your own family, before it affects your own loved ones. And that's basically it. I wish this on no one, what I just went through. There's not an enemy in the world, or anyone I can even think of that I would hate so much to send them in the penitentiary 33 years. Even less than that, of all the pain and the suffering that you go through and losing your family members. You wake up one day and everyone you love is gone. Or you come out to a new world and no one, you're right back where you started at. Melvin wrote a piece on me on Facebook, and out of all these years of prison, what you youngsters have learned, you still got to come back to this moment, and you're going to start all over again and try to do the right thing, you know. And I just wish there's so many men in our black community that are laying back, that can reach out and stop them youngsters from what they're doing. Yet they're laying back comfortable like it's no thing until it hits home. When it hits on their front porch and they're one of their loved ones is dead, then they wish in a million years what they could have, should have, would have done. You know, it might be too late, man. And that's basically all I can say right now.
Where should I begin? All right, my name is Dwayne Dixon, and I'm down here representing YJC, which is Youth Justice Coalition. I worked along with Fair Chance Project, representing lifers found eligible for parole by the Board of by the Board of Prison Terms. I worked with the California 3 strikers that got out under Prop 36. At one time in my life, I suffered conviction under 3 strikes. 1996, I was pulled over driving a Mercedes-Benz in Long Beach. The cop stopped me because I was driving an off-the-street car. I gave him a right. So he searched my car. He found a crack plum on the floorboard of my car on the passenger side. I went to jail. Prior to that incident, I admit I had suffered several convictions in my past. One was a burglary when I was 18 years of age, mischievously. I went into my neighbor's house and I got caught. 1986, a guy owed me some money. I went and knocked on his door. I seen him buying drugs from someone else. I demanded my money from him. He called the police. They gave me a robbery, invasion robbery. I beat that case, but in 1996, when I got arrested and detained minor possessions offense, those 2 cases came up. The California Civil Sex Law had begun in 1994. So when they tried me, they offered me 13 years. I said, for what? He said, because you're a 3 striker, you're looking at 25 to life. I said, bullshit. I told the lawyer, get out my face. So I tried to go pro per, represent myself. I said, if I'm gonna get hung, I might as well hang myself. I went pro per. I learned the suppression of evidence motion. I learned the discovery motion. I learned a little bit about law. I had a mentor that teach me a little bit. But to cut a long story short, I got convicted. I got 25 years of life. While I was in the pen, my mom died in 1999. And I started reaching out to organizations in the community, asking them to help me get out. I wanted to attend my mom's funeral. But because I was on a level 4 yard with a 25 year life sentence, I was unable to. I was a threat. So I ended up missing the funeral. But at the same time, I got aware of the organizations that was out there. I got familiar with that California strikes. And I asked them, what can I do? And they said, help educate your community, which is the inside community. And so I started walking around the yard inquiring how many people had strikes. I found 366 guys on 1 yard, a yard, serving 25, 50, 75, 100 years of life. It was something like DUI, shoplifting, petty theft, forgery, fraud, possession of an empty PCT bottle, possession of a gun clip. I mean, it was unlimited. I'm just like, you got more guys serving life on this yard for minor crimes than you got for serving violent crimes. So it's a miscarriage of justice taking place, and it's devastating our community. So what happened was, I started the Inside Facts organization. I'm working on the inside along with those inside with me, starting to educate our family members about why am I here. I'm in here on a nonviolent 3rd strike. I'm not in here because I'm committed to violent crime. My 3rd strike was something very minor. So anyway, when I paroled, I got involved with facts. I got involved with Community Coalition. I got involved with gang intervention. That kept me just like not thinking about the loss of my mom. And I just got deeply involved in the community, and that was my turning point. So, cut a long story short, presently, I say my past right now is my present values. It's my future, because what I can do is go tell the next man who's suffering the same thing I did, having to reintegrate back into the society without a stable living arrangement, without strong family support, how to reintegrate, how to touch bases with the resources that are out here available, but unknown. And they say if you do better, if you knew better, you do better. So what I do, I try to help them learn all the navigating opportunities out there, all the opportunities that's out here, how to navigate to those services. So as a peace builder for YJC, as a community organizer for YJC, we have developed a program called Welcome Home. And Welcome Home is a program, and it's defined as a celebration of one's return back into society. We break bread, we share resources, we distribute most immediate needs like bus passes, hygiene supplies, suit shirts, ties, belts, dressing shoes, whatever. If we go into the community, we just like solicit. We solicit all the support that we can get, and we just freely distribute it to the renting population. And that what that does, it keeps them from facing as much hardship if they would if they've not had no services whatsoever. You don't get services from probation such as what we offer. You don't get preserved services from parole such as what we offer. They have tried to implement a reentry program at Men's Central County Jail. The reentry program gives you a book, tells you what the services are in the community. There's no funding coming along to the services in the community. This population of hostages to you to gather the services that you have provided. They got all the money, AB 109 money, crime reduction, civil division grant money, Prop 47 money, they got all the money. But who's going to go back to police officer and ask them to help me navigate back into society successfully after you have been the one charged for putting me in that position in the first place? Nobody. So you find reentering population coming back to those in common, people like them that's asking for navigating services. So I have now a large influx of men and women and youth coming to Chuco's Justice Center daily, asking for help and being provided with those immediate needs. And what I do, I go online, I do some research, I find out what the needs are, if it's housing, if it's transportation assistance, if it's job assistance, job training assistance, it's just house hygiene supplies. I mean, if you want a helicopter ride, you come see me. I will call the airport, I will talk to the helicopter training program, and I would sell you to them until they'll give you a helicopter ride. I mean, resources are unlimited out here. They say a closed mouth don't get fed, and they say if you knew better, you do better. And so we want to continue to do is encourage, motivate, and support this reentering population until we all are doing better and we become role models for our kids. Because our kids not following our advice, they following our examples. If we set a better example for our kids and they follow that example, they can't do nothing but be better off. So I'm kind of short on words. That's all I had to say.
Hello everyone, I'm Ronald Jones, and this is my life story. As you heard from my fellow brothers, liberated lifers, we've been through it, but that's the past, I'm concentrating on my future, Bottom line, I did 25 to life, I did 17 and a half years, with a clear conscience. You know what I mean? Because I went in there as I came out, no smut, no cut, I represent YJC, and I'm also a product of the streets, I was born in Chicago, raised in LA. I've been out here since 1980, and I've really been out there, so I feel like, my sentence was a wake-up call for me, At the same time, I experienced an epiphany, while I was in there, after about 8 or 9 years. And something just told me to stop lying, stop stealing, just change my life, So first I stopped smoking weed. Then after I stopped smoking weed, which was the hardest thing for me to do, everything else came naturally. I didn't even notice that I stopped doing things that I stopped doing. But I knew there was a change. So that's what gave me hope that one day I would see these streets again. Because for like 8 or 9 years of my life in there, I didn't care about nothing and nobody. I did everything you can do in prison as far as, protecting myself, and protecting mine, Meaning the tribe that I came with is the tribe that I roll with, Like I say, I'm back, and that's the past, so I'm not gonna concentrate on that, Right now I'm out here, I'm working at a youth center, I'm working in the streets, as far as my homies, my young products of the streets, trying to teach them to do the right thing, you know, something that no one taught me, you know, but my mama, you know, and she's here, you know, she's still here, thank God, you know what I mean? You know, that's one of my many blessings right there. I'm gonna count that as my first blessing, you know. I always believed in God, even when I didn't trust no one, you know. I stood tall through it all, you know. I've been through a lot of heartaches, you know, a lot of loss, a lot of deaths, you know. I couldn't attend, like my boy Dwayne said, you know, once you're in there with an L, you know, they're not letting you go to no funeral, no family visits, no none of that, you know. So you get to see your family for about 8 hours for 2 days a week. Since I've been home, you know, I voted. You know, I'm a registered voter, you know. I came home on a year probation. I completed that about a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago, you know. I feel very liberated now, you know. I'm out here in Oakland, you know. Wish I could have been in LA, you know, so I could have showed y'all where I be, you know. But like I said, you know, it's not hard, you know, for people that's thinking it's hard out here, it's not hard. You know, opportunity is at your feet or at your hands, whichever at your disposal, you know. You know, me, Dwayne, Clarence, you know, Bob, you know, we do a lot for the community, you know. We reach back out there and we get back in touch with the people, you know, who listen to us because they know we've been through what they're going through, you know. I feel real good about the work that I do in the community, you know what I mean? Even on my days off, because while I'm out there, I'm constantly teaching, you know what I mean? I'm not preaching, I'm just teaching, you know. I love where I'm from. I don't regret nothing of my past, you know. Hopefully, I have a bright and better future, you know. I'm out here with my heart and soul, you know. I don't have no support, you know. I support myself, you know what I mean, with the help of few others, you know. I got family and I got contacts, you know what I mean. I have no friends, you know what I mean. Sad to say, but you know, just what I believe. In a minute, I'm gonna be on my feet and I'm gonna be able to really support people and give back to the community. You know, right now, I give what I can, you know, from my heart and my soul. I haven't forgot my brothers that I left behind, you know, that are facing 3 strikes, that don't have serious cases either, you know, that, you know, got pistol cases, you know, didn't harm nobody, no harm, no foul, you know, that's supposed to come home, you know, and y'all coming home, you know. We out here, we getting Senate bills passed. We go to Sacramento to the Capitol. You know, we represent YJC to the fullest. That's Youth Justice Coalition. Redondo and Florence. It take a lot to be a man. It's easy to gangbang. It's easy to go right on the wall. It's easy to go steal a lady purse. But when you sitting back in there not knowing if you're gonna ever see daylight again, ever see a traffic light again, you know, ever see your mother again, you know, your father, whoever you love, you know what I mean? That's something that I don't think nobody wanna go through. You know what I mean? I wouldn't wish that on nobody, you know? And I really lost my mind a couple of times while I was in there, you know, and did some stupid things, you know, but like I said, I regret nothing, you know, but thank God I made it, you know what I mean? And it's just, you know, right now, all I say is, you know, I'm the cleanup man, you know. I'm gonna clean up as much as I can, you know. I'm out here, you know, I'm not hard to reach, you know. If you wanna reach me, you can reach me at lowercase Ronald Jones 301 @gmail.com, you know. It's a struggle, but it's a struggle that can be complete. There's a lot of youth losing their lives, you know, over officers' misconduct, sheriffs as well as LAPD. Compton, Long Beach, LA, you know, the mid cities, you know. And that's what we push for. We throw rallies. We done been in Cerritos, Long Beach, Central. You know, we even did a small documentary, a gang injunction on 100 Days, 100 Nights. So, like I said, I'm out here. I'm not hard to reach, you know. I think there's going to be a change, but I think we're going to need more support, you know. We're going to need more support. We need people to put on your big girl or big man clothes and come out here and get on these corners with us and do what we do. I promise you will love it. You go to sleep with a clear conscience, you feel good, you can wake up, look at yourself in the mirror, you know, and, you know, smile, you know, and tell yourself good morning, you know. That's not easy to do for some people. Some people can't look at themselves because they hate themselves. I love me, I love the streets. I was fortunate to give this presentation of myself because, like I said, you know, I did 25 to life for a high-speed chase. You know, nobody was hurt, you know, and it cost me almost 18 years of my life, you know. But, you know, I was given another chance, and I know that was only through the grace of God, you know. So I made a few promises to God, and I haven't broke them, and I think that's why everything is overturning in my life right now, you know. I've been blessed in many ways, more than I can count. But I appreciate having this moment to talk to all of y'all. You know, like I said, my location is the world, but South Central Los Angeles, that's my home. All right, I love y'all, peace.
Good afternoon. I'm here in Oakland with the formerly incarcerated People's Movement. I'm down here from LA. My name is Dwayne Dixon. I work at Chuco's Justice Center in Inglewood, along with YJC, California's United for Responsible Budgeting, Fair Chance, Critical Resistance, and several other organizations that operates within our space. At Chuco's, I wanted to expose something. I had got convicted up under the California 3 Strikes Law, and while I was being detained in Reception Center, I was put in Palm Hall. It was in the hole. And I was along with a few other friends of mine. And at that time, in 1996, you know, rap was like a, you know, primary focus on everybody, you know, Easy, NWA, and, you know, the rest of these guys. But anyway, we had a little battle in the module where I was housed at. And so I was suffering at the time 25 years of life under 3 strikes, not knowing that I would get a reversal on my conviction under Romero. And so while I was up under 3 strikes law, just to entertain myself and entertain others, we started battling on the tier. So everybody was writing their own rap songs, and everybody was, you know, exposing they you know, we was competing. So I wrote a 3 strike rap song in '96, and this I would like to share with you. And it's stemming from a conviction that I got in '86. Now this is in 1996, and I want you to kind of like buy with me because lyrics is, I'm not a profession, but you know, I enjoy it. This rap song is called 3 Strikes You Out, and it goes like this. 10 years ago, I took a 4-year deal, and it's affecting me today under the 3 strike bill. Pete Wilson's making life way too hard since implementing shit called the 3 strike law. But a brother like myself ain't going out like that. Holding courts in the street to get caught packing a gat. You want to take my life? I'm going to take one too. Face alive in the pen, I got nothing to lose. Some motherfucking shame how the government claiming they're locking brothers up for just the dope slanging. War on drugs, creates drops of whites, enslaving all his brothers, violating their civil rights, erecting all these prisons in the redneck land, giving prison jobs to the Ku Klux Klan. Politicians spending taxpayers' dollars like I'm way paid the criminals, not the rapists and the robbers. When you stand before the God on Judgment Day, you stand before the court in the same way. They open up the book and reveal your past, and then pass sentence that'll hold your ass. You did a dope-fee move just to get a hit. Now you're stuck for life for that freebase shit. If you found out now, if you knew back then what you found out now, you would have your feet planted in the ground. Become a main attraction, be a hero, be a shero. Don't go out back like a human zero. We will let astray with true education, fill that void with accurate information. Don't become a victim to the 3 strikes law, because the strong survive and the weak will fall. We were led astray with untrue education. Fill that void with accurate information. Don't become a victim to the street strikes law, because the strong will rise and the weak will fall. 3 strikes, y'all. I needed some music to keep the beat up.